everybody. Sorry
We,
we abandoned you.
yeah, I hope you don't have abandonment issues. We've been on a hiatus unplanned.
Unplanned. Every weekend we're like, are you available? Are you available?
Yeah, unplanned and spontaneous, but we have a little less time to record now because
We
just,
are booked and busy.
yeah, various life elements. So we don't have as much free time, but that's okay. That's
No.
okay. We still, we still podcast via text every day.
Yes. Yes, we really do.
But we must, as everybody else in the United States who has a podcast, we must start out our podcast talking about the topic of the hour,
Amanda and West.
Amanda and West. But also, I've got to
Oh.
talk about Amanda and Kyle too. Because,
Yeah,
see, I don't like this. I don't like that Amanda and Kyle are getting sideswept
I
by Amanda and
know.
West because I want to know. I want to know. What was it? Because watching the show, this is my first time watching Summer House. Watching the show, I think I'm on season 5 right now. Watching for the first time. So watching that show back, their relationship was so bad. Kyle and
Hmm.
Amanda from day one, from jump, it was a
Right.
horrible, terrible, awful relationship. And I even texted you. I think I texted you when I was in like season 2 or 3. And
Hmm.
I asked you, like, did production ever tell Amanda that she was being abused? Because
Right.
she quite simply was being abused by Kyle Cook.
Hmm.
Um, and I guess nobody in production ever cared to like let her know that. But I would hate to see the stuff that like didn't make TV, right? Because we know there's like way more
Right.
and stuff. But I want to know what it was like, what finally did it. Because when your relationship is that bad before you even get married, before you even get engaged, before you even get married, it's like that bad.
Yeah.
What has to occur for you actually to end up separating and divorcing? Like what do you think it was that finally did it?
Probably West.
But I feel like it
Honestly.
wasn't that, and I feel like we're never going to get to know because their whole
Yeah.
divorce is going to get overshadowed by now
Hmm.
Amanda and West, and I want to know more details on their breakup and separation and divorce.
Well, and I've been thinking about this, and obviously we're going to talk about this in a way that hopefully you guys have context because we're just like so in it. So
Yeah.
hopefully, get your context before coming here. But I think I almost feel like Amanda was so delusional that she thought that because Ciara didn't like Kyle so much, that she might have supported her with West. Because Ciara and Paige
Oh,
were
okay.
so like, because a lot of people are like, Amanda is jealous of Ciara. Amanda wanted to take everything. But I think Amanda is delusional. I think she's so embedded in her negative relationship. Like she's been the victim for so long. She's been coddled by her friends for so long that I really think she believed that people were going to be like, live your best life, queen. Have fun, queen. And she's
Mhm.
getting she's getting steamrolled as she should because queen,
Yeah.
these are the girls that have supported you
Yeah.
and helped you like venture off independently, start your bikini line. Like you like were trying so hard to be independent that you went right back into another man's bed. And it's
Yeah.
truly the epitome of decentering men because your whole center, like she's orbiting around men.
Just men. Men for the last 10 years at least, and probably before that too. We just didn't know her.
Oh yeah.
Or know of her. We still don't know her thing. And I don't want to, truly.
No.
But so we have to be okay, we have to be hard on Amanda because Amanda is doing bad behavior. So
Yes.
anytime that a woman is doing bad behavior, we're here to say, ooh, bad behavior, not
Bad.
good girl. Okay, Amanda, bad.
Hmm.
But I think that there's a couple of other options of or reasons why she's acting this way besides just being a bad person. And do I think she's a bad person? Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. But I think in addition to that, the real reason, in my opinion, that she is ended up with West is because of all of the trauma that she went through with Kyle. And Kyle treated her so bad for so long. And he probably really, well, I don't even want to say probably. I'm like 99.99% sure that he beat her self-esteem down to the point, he was
Absolutely.
probably telling her like every single day, like, well, you're so lazy and worthless, nobody else is gonna love you like you. I feel like he was very much giving, you might as well stay with me. Nobody else is going to want you, right?
Right,
So her
right.
self-esteem's in the toilet. And then he's been so mean to her for 10 years publicly. Publicly. And what you have to understand too is when, like, that's what's on TV. Can you imagine what's going down in their home?
Yeah.
It's going to be way
Hmm.
worse. What's going on at home is going to be way worse ever than anything that's ever going on in public. So she's got that. So I think that any man, I don't know if it would be West or Jesse or anybody else in their lives that they know, Carl even, like the slightest shred of dignity is going to make her fall to
Right.
pieces,
Yeah.
because she is just like so used to being treated like a absolute dog shit.
Yeah.
So that's one aspect of it. Then the other aspect of it that I wonder about, she's spoken very publicly about, like getting on
Mm-mm.
Prozac and being on Prozac. And I just have to wonder if, she's been properly diagnosed and if that medication is actually a good fit for her, because obviously, um, any antidepressant, it doesn't matter like which one it is, but any one of them can cause emotional numbing. And to me, she presents as very emotionally numb
Yes.
and very zombie-like, really.
Yes. I
And
agree.
that could have absolutely nothing to do with Prozac. It could be alcohol, it could be, you know,
Hmm.
white powdery substance. So there's a lot of rumors that are on that.
Mm.
I don't know what it is. I can't say what it is. I'm just talking from like kind of like what I know. And what I
Yeah.
know is that those medications can give you some emotional numbness, which to a certain extent is okay. Like if we're numb, if we're lowering the intensity of negative emotions, or we're lowering the intensity of anxiety or panic attacks, that's what we want. But what we don't want is for somebody to be emotionally numbed out, not able to feel anything. Because there's a time
Right.
and a place even for negative emotions, like when you're going through a divorce, you
Right.
should be able to
Hmm.
grieve, or whenever you realize after 10 years that your husband's a complete massive asshole, you should be able to like feel some things about that. And I could be entirely off base. Like obviously we don't know her, we don't speak with her, but what she's giving in
Hmm.
public is numb.
Yeah. Yeah. Hmm.
So those
Like,
are a couple,
yeah.
yeah, those are like just like a couple ideas of like why I think she could be acting like this in addition to just being an asshole.
Yeah, I agree 100%. No, I think it's so much of that. I do think that I don't think they spend as much time together, like at all, really, and probably haven't for like the past few years. Like
Hmm.
the way that they've described it is like as if they're living completely separate lives. Like Amanda
Yeah.
doesn't know a lot about his financial choices. Like she went from being like creative director of like basically she has a very similar like background that I do, where she does like label making, background like graphic design, like she did
Hmm.
all of the graphics and everything for Loverboy, and she was happy to do that just for her partner. And it seemed like they were very collaborative, and I think that was around whenever Loverboy came out. But then after Loverboy, there does seem to be like a separation where they're just like completely living their own lives, but like together, you know?
Hmm.
And that's probably around the time that she got medicated and probably was just like detaching. It seems like they've been emotionally detached a lot longer than.
Yeah, and I'll see that. Like I'm on season 5 right now. And
Hmm.
obviously I know what the current day stuff that's going on because of just like the news cycle and everything. But as far as just like their past, so where I'm at right now, like Ciara just got into the house. Paige and Hannah have been on for one season.
Hmm.
Um, Kyle and Amanda are engaged, and that's literally like watching them get engaged was like watching a horror movie. Like, actually, what
Literally.
on earth and why? And why? But a man, poor, like okay, so I do feel bad for Amanda for what she went through with Kyle. I don't
Hmm.
feel bad for her for what she's going through now, because that's like a choice that she chose. And you could also argue, well, she also chose that choice to be with Kyle.
Yeah.
But like he really got in there like he was in there like an octopus with all the tentacles like around her brain before her brain was fully developed. So I
Right.
I gotta give her some credit there. And he's what? Like he's old. Like he's like
He's like
Jack
10 years
Taylor.
older than her. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Just like Brittany and him.
he
Hmm.
knew better.
Yeah.
He knew better. And he just did it anyway. And I'm so disappointed that this is how it's playing out because I would have loved to watch the public annihilate Kyle.
Hmm.
And now that's
And
not
now
gonna
he's
happen.
getting like a lover boy edit, which
It's
is
not
so
gonna happen.
annoying.
It's not gonna
No.
happen now.
No, he's getting so I even like looking through comments of like under his videos on threads, like people are just like,
Sympathizing with him. And it's like, no, this is the guy who like literally was screaming at her, that he wanted to be single.
uh-huh.
That he didn't want to be with her.
Yeah.
She's not fun, which I mean, she doesn't seem like a very fun person, to be fair. Okay. Like even earlier on,
Yeah.
not feeling really funky, fresh, and fun.
Mm-hmm.
However, I can give her that whenever she's being emotionally like she has this emotional vampire on her back at all times.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. What do you think? What do you think like the whole outcome's gonna be?
Ugh, it's so hard to tell with this cast because they really have been through like so much. Like the only thing, so the audio, some of the audio was leaked from the reunion, which was
Mhm.
like crazy. That happened a few days ago. And listening to that was really disappointed that Amanda was like doubling down.
That's why
Was
I'm saying like numbed out.
numbed
He's like
out.
not present, I don't feel.
Can you not, please?
Yeah, he has to.
Literally
He
like
must.
he's like running to the toilet. Thank God this is a small house. Anyways, no, yeah, I was so disappointed that she was doubling down, that she was like, you can't help who you like, Ciara, you can't help who you like. And
You
I'm like,
can.
I'm just like, oh my God, Amanda, please
You
stop.
can.
Like for West, like I do not understand.
Uh,
Like, and it really did, it's become very much like a hero victim complex that they have. So they've already created this dynamic on like he needs to save her. And that can even become like an abusive relationship because he could even start switching around rhetoric of like, well, I got you, I'm the only one. Like, I'm the only
right.
one.
That would take you after
Yeah.
Kyle. No, he's so gross.
And he
He's just
still has like
gross.
other girls. Like, he's
For
like,
sure.
she's ruining her whole career just to be his like side chick. Like,
Literal side piece. And
not even like serious.
he's just musty, dusty. He's from Missouri, you know? And what Sierra said in the leaked audio was so accurate. It was
Oh,
like,
so good.
she's like,
She's,
you know, on the island of Manhattan, which she said there's a million guys in New York. I think there's probably closer more to like 4 million.
wow.
Because well, let's look up the population of Manhattan really quickly. I think it's 8 million.
I thought that was like in the
Population.
country. It was 8 million.
Oh, okay. I'm way off on this. Okay, I'm way off on this. In Manhattan, the residential population is approximately 1.66 to 1.69 million. However, there's roughly 4 million people there a day on a typical work day because of all the travel in and out. So 4
Wow.
million people a day. So actually, no, Sierra, you were spot on. There's a million men in New York. Yes, exactly.
That's
I was like, oh, girl, you're underestimating it. There's like 4 million. No, she's right. There's a million other guys in New York City. And that was literal. I think it's hard, like when you live in a small town or if you live in I mean, even
mm-hmm.
Nashville, like to think about in that little tiny island,
Mm-hmm.
she had if she wanted to stay limited to New York City, if she didn't want to open it up to other places in the country or other places in the world,
Mm-hmm.
she had a million options.
Yeah. Well, and this is like also going back to like West, I feel like he must have been like had his eye on her for a while. Because he does seem like the kind of person that like is very he's a Capricorn, so he's very like calculated.
Mhm.
Like, so I don't know. It's just same with him. Like with her, it's just as shocking that like he would make this decision just the same that she would make this decision because it's just like, were you both just like thinking this way the whole time?
Yeah, but I don't think he's gonna get steamrolled in the same way that she is
No, definitely
because
not. He's a
so
man.
he's a man for one thing. He this is his entire, from what I know, his entire personality is just laissez-faire, hooking up with chicks, on to the next chick, talking to this
Hmm.
chick, going out with this chick, multiple chicks, run a podcast, talk about a sports game,
Yeah, he's
not
such a bro.
showering. Like, I mean, that's just his like MO, as far as I know. So I don't
Hmm.
think he's gonna get it because Amanda is still married to Kyle. They have not filed for divorce. So she does still have obligation to Kyle. And no, I completely agree. Like yes, when you're separated and you're in the divorce process, I don't think that you should have to remain loyal to that person. However, I would have filed. Like,
Oh,
why are we not filing?
yeah. Why are we not
Like, I
filing?
would have
Like,
filed before I made the announcement, right? Like, that's the most important thing. Like, that's how you get yourself detached from this person.
hmm.
Separating and going and living in a different apartment, that doesn't help you get detached.
Yeah,
Like, so I do feel like until she files, she does have her obligation to Kyle. And then but that's just
yeah.
my opinion. Like, I mean, other people may feel differently. That's cool. But she does have obligation to Ciara.
Hmm.
So, but West has no obligation to anyone because he is gross.
Hmm.
So I don't think he's gonna get the same consequences that Amanda's gonna get because he can
Yeah.
argue I was single, I wasn't with Sierra, Kyle isn't my friend. He can he can say all that.
Hmm.
And it's true. I don't think he's ever cared about Sierra. I don't think he cares about Amanda. I don't think he cares about anybody but himself.
Yeah. Well, it's crazy too, because like you're not watching the current season, right? You're gonna
No.
watch all the way. Okay.
Mm-mm.
So
Yeah.
the current season, they just had this like him and so Amanda, I kind of have a theory that I think the affair started a lot longer ago
Okay.
than they're saying that it started in like February of 2026.
hmm That's what they
I'm
say.
I'm thinking it started August of 2025 because this last season or the season that I'm watching right now, the most
hmm
recent season, there is a moment where Amanda's like, I'm not coming to Summer House this weekend. Like it ends up being like seven boys and three girls. And she's like, I'm not coming. I'm so overwhelmed by like all the fighting with Kyle. Mind you, they haven't argued for like the past 2, 3 weeks. So
But we don't know.
right, we don't know
We
what's
don't
happening.
know.
Yeah.
The editors don't want us to think that they fought for the last 2 or 3 weeks.
Right. Yeah.
We don't know.
Yeah. She's not saying she's sick. She's not anything. And then they have Ciara and Amanda have a FaceTime call and she's like you're not coming. You're just gonna leave me here with like three boys. And then Wes comes in and he like takes a moment to apologize to Ciara because the episode before he was making out with some random girl and he's apologizing to Ciara for like kind of putting that right in front of her face and Amanda's on the FaceTime call and you can like they zoom up on Amanda's face and like she's like listening to West and she's like covering her mouth. Ciara's just like pretending to be on her phone but is like on a FaceTime call and I don't know. A part of me is just like, could they have started like, because even Kyle says earlier on in the season, you're talking to West and Jesse more than you're talking to me. You're hanging out with them all throughout the week more than you're hanging out with me.
Because he was leaving and going to DJ.
Yeah, exactly. Which is
That's
like,
on him.
no, and
That is on him.
yeah, but me in my mind, I'm thinking like, was there something? Was he already filling a void?
I don't know.
I'm
I don't
never team Kyle, like
I
at
don't
all.
yeah, no. Regardless of all of this,
Yeah,
still Kyle, no. He is atrocious, horrible. He treated her so bad. Like
so bad.
and for so long, and during such formative years of her life, I don't know if she would ever recover. Like it would be a hard
Yeah.
fight. it would be a hard fought battle for Amanda to ever recover from what Kyle did to her on
No,
TV. On TV.
their relationship reminds me so much of me and my ex-husband. Like it was so much of that. Like so
Yeah,
much emotional. There was never really like anything physical, but it was so much of that. Like so
yeah.
much
But then like
emotional exhaustion.
yes, but when you're like a regular person and you leave a relationship like that, like you've left and you can start healing and you can start rebuilding. When it's been shown on TV for the last decade and there's always going to be footage of it floating around and there's always going to be clips and there's always going to be discourse about it, I feel like that's a different level.
Absolutely. Yeah, because you can't like privately heal. And everybody was expecting Amanda to get the Ariana edit. And so like to get all these brand deals and to get like this like breakup edit
But I don't think that
and
she can get the Ariana edit because
well, not anymore.
she doesn't. Well, yeah, but even if she wasn't, because like she just doesn't have it. Like she doesn't, yeah, she just doesn't have it. Like because
Yeah.
of the whole like her whole life kind of revolves around men and acceptance by men and like being with men.
Yeah.
Ariana was not like that. She wasn't like that before she got with Tom, and she wasn't like that when she found out that Tom was cheating on her, and she wasn't like that after either.
Right.
So that I think that's like one of the biggest differences. And I mean, there are other similarities, like Ariana struggles with her mental health. She talks about it.
Mm-hmm.
Amanda struggles with her mental health. She talks about it. But the way they go about, the way they move in life is too different. Like Amanda is not Ariana and never would be Ariana.
No. And she really had her chance. And honestly, she could have rode the backs of Ciara and Paige because Ciara and Paige were like giving her that. They were
She could
like,
have done something. She definitely could have had like I would have definitely, if I was her, I would have leaned into that whole like him talking negatively about her, saying that she smoked every night. I would have made a weed line, right?
yes.
I would have been like, yeah,
Or
yeah,
like even cute little
it's
like the
legal in New
shirts.
York.
Yeah, like shirts, like that shirt. Oh my God, I still want to get that shirt that Ariana made where she was like, I wear a t-shirt to bed or like
Yeah,
when you
oh
like
yeah.
hot. Like she should have done that. She should have made like a little crazy graphic tee or something. Like
No, I mean
she always wears like big oversized graphic tees.
yeah, I mean, she could have had a lot. She definitely like had potential for sure, but just not like Ariana level because
No, mm-mm.
yeah, she's
But they
just
wanted
so
that for
different.
her. Even like the her audience, like we wanted that for her.
Oh,
We
I did.
thought,
I was like, oh, she's gonna do so good. Like this is gonna be so great. I'm so excited for her to like be treated well because like she's really gone through it. And I mean, throughout, like, I don't want to lose sight of like that. But what I do
mhm,
want to like just make the point of is that just because you get traumatized and you get abused does not mean that you get to move forward and traumatize and abuse others.
mm-mm.
Not
Especially your
what it
best
means.
friends.
That's not
Yeah.
what it means. Like, you get traumatized and abused, you have to deal with that. You have to get help with that. You have to,
Hmm.
do all kinds of work for yourself. You have to be nice to yourself. You have to surround yourself with people that help you. But yeah, you don't move forward
No,
behaving in the same manner that other people did to hurt you. That's not what
no.
you do,
And
Amanda.
the Sierra of it all, like Sierra was the one girl that sat by Amanda and listened and loved and like held her while she cried with her, held Kyle accountable, like was so present for her. And then to do this to out of all of your friends, to do it to Sierra is just like, ugh, it's so ugly. Like
Gross.
Sierra is gonna get the Ariana edit.
Yeah, it's
Like,
gonna get the audio in edit. Okay, we're back.
we're back.
We're back. Yes. Sierra is gonna get the Ariana edit. She's gonna do Dancing with the Stars. And I mean, I hope that she's more upset about Amanda than Wes. Okay, let
I
me
think
let
she
me walk
is.
that back. Let me walk that back. I don't want Sierra to be upset at all
Mm, mm-hmm.
because you can't lose what you never had, right?
Yeah.
Amanda clearly never a good friend at all. So you did not lose a good friend. West,
Hmm.
gross. And you never
Yeah.
had him either. I know that there's, I guess, allegedly they dated or whatever, but I'll get to that when I watch it. But I don't think that my gut says she never actually had him.
Yeah, no. And there's this weird, they have this weird chemistry where it's just kind of like wrong person, wrong time, but like there's definitely some chemistry.
Maybe it's a hookup. Maybe it's a hookup. Maybe it's a good hookup. Doubt it.
Yeah,
Doubt it, but maybe.
it's giving like twin flame vibes. Like they're definitely in each other's lives for a reason, but like Ciara, this was like the universe was like I think it had to be this serious for her to really, really, really let him go. Because I don't
Okay,
think anything
that's
would
fair.
have made her like stop being so attached to
That's
him.
fair. That's fair. And
Hmm.
that's the same thing like that goes back. Like I wonder what it was that made
Yeah.
Amanda and Kyle break up because I've seen them go through things. I'm only on season 5 and I've seen them go through probably 100 arguments that should have been a breakup.
Hmm.
That's just what I've seen on their weekends in the summer that
Hmm.
weren't edited out. So there's
Yeah.
probably thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands of arguments that should have
Yeah.
ended it. So what was it that ended it? That made them finally be like, we're not getting back together.
Yeah, I don't know. It definitely was
I
Amanda.
I
It was
fear that we aren't gonna find out now.
hmm.
And I really wanted to find
But
out.
we might, because In the City comes out in like soonish. Soon in the city is the fall thing, and they separate
Mhm.
apparently in the fall. So apparently we might get some tea,
Mm,
some divorce tea, because
yeah,
it's supposed to be all about their divorce.
yeah. But going through this much stress on both ends for Amanda, going through this much stress, you shouldn't be going through this much stress over a man like Kyle.
Mm-mm.
And you shouldn't be going through this much stress over a man like West. So
Yeah.
that's my final thought. Like you just shouldn't be experiencing this much stress and distress over worthless men.
Yeah. Like,
Useless.
why not just like take some time to like find yourself and be alone? I feel like she has such a cool potential to be like a cool, like artsy girl. And instead of like tapping into any of her cool features, she just gives them all to men. Like she's the most washed down, watered down version of herself, and then she just like gives it all to a man. And it's like, for what? Like for a little like compliment and a good lay, like girl, you can get that like
Anywhere.
anywhere, but like having self-identity and like good girl friendships and like those things are like what life is about, you
Yeah, she
know?
could really be
Like
living her best life right now.
she could be living the coolest life. Like she could be in the coolest apart like she's already in one of the coolest places in the world, like being in New York City. She has the potential for such a cool career. She's
Mm.
already has a cool art background. Like I had to like take a step back from like my posting of her because I was just so like parasocially disappointed. Like, oh my
We
God.
grieve for what you could have had.
We grieve for the woman that you should be.
For
Like,
what you could have had.
you lost some of the coolest fucking girl friendships. You lost
Yeah.
Paige. You lost Ciara. You lost Hannah. Like, you lost some of the coolest girls in pop culture right now for
Mm-hmm.
West Wilson.
And
For
I just know that he doesn't smell good.
Mm-mm.
Something about the way he looks
I can
makes
see what he looks like in 30 years from now, and that is what makes me go like,
makes
I'm
me know
okay.
how he smells somehow.
Hmm.
I don't know what it is, but I don't like it. I don't like it. I
Mm-mm.
don't like it.
I don't trust it. And I hate a man that isn't loyal because men have so little to offer and you can't offer loyalty.
Right.
Then what are you good for?
What are you good for?
If you can't offer me loyalty, then you are nothing.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
Like,
I want more of the girls. I want to hear more from the girls who Wes is hooked up with from February until now.
mm-hmm.
I want more of their POV.
I'm sure I can find it.
I
I'll
want more
look.
screenshots. I want more. And I also want to see what video somebody had that
A
smoked them
very
out.
me too. Probably them making out at a club or something.
No, I feel like it's way more.
Ooh, you
I
do?
feel like somebody was able to see into his apartment.
Oh my God.
That's what I feel like it is. I do.
Uh, what if it's
I
like
do.
doing coke on each other's naked bodies? I know it exists. I just can't prove it.
Well, no, she's nuts though, because the way that she said there was a video of me in a very compromising, intimate situation, and then immediately says, I don't know what was on the video.
Yeah.
Girl, you just said it was you in an intimate and
Yeah. You alluded to a lot of
like vulnerable
information.
position. So were you on your hands and knees? Like, what?
I'm thinking the worst.
I don't want
So,
to see the video, but I want an AI summary of what it is. I don't want to see it, but I want an AI summary of what this video
oh my
is.
God. Literally, I only keep threads for like just the worst of the worst internet stuff, like the leaks and the like, and then I'm like, okay, I don't want to see any.
Yeah, please no more. No more, no more. Tell
Oh,
us
fun.
tell us about something really bad is going to happen because you said that that is a good show about decentering.
Oh my gosh, yes. Yeah, I'll tell you like the whole plot. So it starts with a couple that is they're going to get married at their family's like winter house, like cabin in the woods.
Okay.
Um
I'm already scared.
and
I'm already scared.
literally it's scary. The first two episodes are actually really
When you
scary.
said Cabin in the Woods, I was like, ooh, scared.
No, and like weird things happen in the first ep because it is like a horror film or horror series. It's from the same people that made like Hill House, like those.
Oh, that was scary.
Yeah, yeah. So like it has that very like lingering eerie vibes the whole time.
Uh-huh.
So she finds out that she has a curse attached to her bloodline that if she doesn't
Same.
marry her if she doesn't marry her soulmate, she will die the day of her wedding. And she's there to get married on that weekend.
Okay.
So, and basically, if she chooses to not get married, then the curse goes to her partner.
Hmm.
So she's at her partner's house with all of his family, and they find out about the curse. So they become like obsessed with making sure that they get married because then they don't die. But
Hmm.
she could die, but they won't die.
Hmm.
So she's like, and then the guy that kind of carries out Blue, there's nothing in here for you. Okay, thank you. Here,
You
take
didn't
this.
get him a cake pop? What?
He never eats them. Okay. Um, so the guy that like told there's like an old guy that like told her about the curse, and he is basically there to make sure that the curse is like carried out. So, um, they are about to get married. The boyfriend, fiance, is like, actually, I don't think we need to get married. And she's like, no, like you have to marry me, or like this will go to your bloodline. Like we have to get married. Like I believe that you're my soulmate. And he's like, I don't know, like maybe marriage isn't that serious. Like, and she's like, please marry me. Like this is going to go to your whole bloodline if you don't. So the show ends with what I think the audience is thinking like, oh, it's going to go to his bloodline in the future. So it's like that will be really terrible for the future. No,
It's him.
it's his whole family, like blood starts going out of their eyes, out of their ears, the
Oh,
whole wedding venue, just everybody's like
oh my
all at
gosh.
once because they're not getting married. And then, so then he starts freaking out and panicking. And his mom's like, maybe she is the one. Like, maybe you guys should get married. And he's like, okay, fine, I'll marry her. And then he walks up to her and he's like, let's get married. And she's like, no, like, I don't want to marry you now. Like, it took your mommy, like, telling you to marry me. Um, but she had already said her vows. So it's one of the ordained people like run up to them, and he starts saying his vows really quickly and like shoving the ring on her. And she's like, no, 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 like I don't want to do this. And it's like, it's too late, you already said your vows. And so then she, obviously they're not soulmates, so she dies, and she walks off into like the wilderness, like, and it's like snowing, and she dies alone, like not with her husband, not with like any of his family, like she's just completely alone. And then the next morning, because the curse had kind of like gone through so many bloodlines, it had also killed the guy that, the old man that had like granted the curse. So he also died. So
Oh,
then she like comes back to life. And now she's the person that will watch all of her person that she was gonna marry. She will watch his bloodline like die now. Like,
oh,
so she will like kind of like live forever. But she comes back to life, and she's rummaging because she's the whole time she smokes weed. So she's like comes back to life. She's in her full wedding dress that's covered in blood, and he's like coddled up like a little baby, like holding a stuffed animal. And she's like, she walks up to him, and he thinks she's dead. And she walks up to him, and she's like, have you seen my lighter? Like, I can't find my lighter. And he's like, and she's like, whatever, like, whatever, I'll find another lighter. So she grabs all of the things that she'll need to like carry on the curse throughout his lineage. And then she just drives away, and she finds a lighter, and it's just like, whatever. But it was just the whole like the fact that she was willing to like die to marry him and save his whole bloodline.
yeah.
And then it took all of his family members starting to die for him to realize like it was that serious.
Uh-huh.
And then she dies alone. There was just so many like elements of like, we must decenter men
We must.
because they literally only care about their own bloodline. Like, respectfully.
I don't even know. Like some of them I don't think care about anything. Some
Truly.
of them. I mean, not everybody, not everybody.
No, not
Some of it's
everybody.
like, I don't know, it's scary out there.
No. And the men that like get it, like they understand the like why women are like, to
Well,
men, they get it, you know.
the men that you want to be with, like, you don't even have to explain decentering men to them because they would never expect you to center
Yeah.
yourself around them.
Yeah, they're like,
Like
of course you should have your own hobbies and your own
they're,
job and your own
yeah,
friends
no,
and like,
they act as though it's like common sense, and it is common sense. It's like,
and it
okay,
is.
well, even if you do have a great relationship with a man, which is entirely possible, it's
Hmm.
so much of a possibility. Like, it's not like, oh, there's no good men out there. There are,
Yeah.
and like you can have a very great, fulfilling relationship with a man. So it's not like you can't do that, but like whenever you find that one, you don't have to have this sit down conversation and be like, well, I'm gonna still have my own life. Like they know that and they
They're like,
expect
I hope
you.
so.
Yeah, like they're a normal guy is not gonna be expecting you to change or
Hmm.
do less or do more for him.
Yeah.
And I will say, I mean, like I do think that it's rare. I think it's rare to find guys like that, but that's
Hmm.
normal.
And also like a good man is not gonna expect you to like ruin your relationships with like your good friends and like,
No, would
yeah,
not.
like,
Like they know the
yeah.
importance of you having a life outside of them. Like a good man will know that you
Hmm.
need to have other things in your life besides him.
Yeah. Groundbreaking. Groundbreaking stuff.
Just like I mean, just like a woman knows, like, yeah, a guy needs time with his bros. A guy
Yeah.
needs time to yell at football. A
Hmm.
guy needs time to go golfing. Like,
Yeah.
by no means, I don't think that like he should be neglecting his responsibilities as a husband or a father to do those things. But I'm just, saying like
Yeah.
we know that they also need to have their own hobbies and interests outside of us as well.
Yeah, life is about balance. Like that's
Balance.
we have to balance the things that we love.
I
Like,
have never wanted to be someone's everything.
no.
That's a lot of pressure. Why would you want to be somebody's absolute everything?
Yeah. And
Like,
when you're young, like how Amanda was, like how I was in my marriage, like it's quick to become that. It's quick
mhm,
to become like a side character or
yeah,
like a helper because you're like not living for yourself. You're living for their life, you know,
mm,
for their convenience. Like what do they need? And it's just like that's not healthy. Like that's not a relationship.
yeah. I think also the less that, well, for me, this is maybe just for me, I don't know, but the less that a man like I don't want to, yeah, I will say demands. Like, my husband doesn't demand literally anything. But
Mhm.
that, I think that that makes me more agreeable to doing
Right.
those service type acts. Like, I feel like because it's not expected or not like ever even brought up, it makes me,
Want to be like lean into
want,
the feminine.
yeah,
Hmm.
want to be like, okay, like I'll put away the clothes, like I'll,
Hmm.
do the laundry and stuff. Which I mean, he does household stuff too. I'm not saying that like women need to do all that. I'm just saying
Hmm.
that I think whenever there's no expectation or demand there, it's just easier
Yeah.
to want to do it because it's like, okay, well, I want to do nice things for him because he does nice things for me.
Right. Yeah. And like you, it's a lot easier to like be a softer person when you're like given the grace to
Of
be
course.
soft.
Mhm.
Like, but
Yeah.
if you're in a constant fight or flight your whole relationship, then yeah, you are gonna be messy and mean and a bitch and like smoke weed and closed off. Like you're gonna basically become your counterpart, like what
Yeah.
happened with Amanda. Like Amanda basically turned into Kyle because of like she girl bossed so hard that she turned into her ex-husband to get away from her ex-husband, you
Yeah.
know? Like
Yeah. No, seriously. And it's, I think it's this way in a lot of households where it's like women get resentful for, let's just use like something so simple like laundry, for example. Okay.
hmm.
I think women will get resentful because they're like, well, if I don't put these clothes away, like they're not going to get put away.
Right.
And so just, I think that that's so important to have somebody who shares in all those responsibilities with you because probably if I thought probably like, oh, if I don't put away the clothes, they're not going to get put away. I think that I would get like angry and not put them away. Also, I think that
Right.
might be what happened with Amanda.
Hmm.
Like if she didn't do it, it wasn't going to get done. So then she got sick of doing it.
Hmm. Well, and it is like when you're in an emotionally abusive relationship, at first, you are the best. You're perfect. You're doing
Yeah.
everything right. And then it's still not good enough. So
Mhm.
then you do start like you start shape shifting and trying to mold. But then there's a part as your brain is developing, you start rejecting that and
Mhm.
saying like I remember like I loved having long like curly hair. And my ex like was so like mean to me about my physical appearance constantly that I was just like, I'm gonna cut my whole hair off. Like, you know, like in spite of, you know, like I became vegan in spite of him. Like I started to make his life very inconvenient. Like, but it was me fighting for my independence. It
Mhm.
was me trying to like figure out ways to get out of this, to like free myself, liberate myself, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But also like when you're in relationships like that, you have to be brave enough sometimes to really put your foot down and leave. And it's so
Yeah.
hard to leave.
Yeah, yeah. But
Like,
I mean, but there is that part of it too. And I feel like that's probably a lot of people's mindset with not just Amanda, but with women, because there's so many women who have been in horrible relationships
yeah,
and have had horrible experiences. Um, that are like, oh, well, you just gotta leave. And that is true. It
yeah.
is true. But it is really hard to do because of what you've like gone through and how you've been like brought down.
Hmm.
Like there's so many ways you can be brought down. Like, I mean, just one out of so many examples is like, okay, let's say a guy, your husband, tells you that, you don't have to worry about it, you don't have to work, you're a stay-at-home mom. Great, right? Like
Hmm.
that can be absolutely great for some people and a great setup. But then what if 5 years from now, like he cheats on you and you don't have a work history?
Yeah.
Like, what then? You know, there's
Mm-hmm.
just so many ways in which you can be torn down or disadvantaged by being in a bad relationship that are not necessarily getting beat up all the time, which is
Yeah.
obviously horrendous too. But
Mm-hmm.
like, you know, just like getting your self-esteem worn down, like, oh, you're dumb, you're not smart, you're not pretty,
Mm-hmm.
nobody likes you, your family doesn't love you. You're like, I'm the only one who would put up with you, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just so much. It can be really, really difficult to leave, which at the end of the
Yeah.
day, you still have to. I'm
You
not saying
still
you
have
don't have to,
to.
you still have to, but it is harder, I think, than a lot of people realize.
It's so hard. It's so scary. Like I remember like the feeling that feeling of fear of like, oh my God, like what am I gonna do?
Mhm.
Like my worst nightmare is happening. And it's so hard to like figure out everything by yourself, especially when you've been
Yeah.
emotionally abused to where you're like never allowed to figure out anything by yourself. And you're always like, this person's always telling you like how to fix the problem. So then they're like, I'm leaving. And you're like, okay, like,
Hmm.
how do I fix this?
Yeah, and
Like,
that all of that was like whenever you left your marriage and whenever I
hmm.
left my abusive relationship, we didn't even have kids. Like there's
Yeah,
women trying to do
same.
this
Yeah,
with 5 kids.
I know.
How? You know, like it
Mm-hmm.
is, you know, it is possible by the grace of God and like
Mm-hmm.
hopefully having a support system and having help, but like
And
you
there are like in our area, there's like hopefully they're everywhere, but there's like we have like a thing called Hartley House where it literally takes in women and children and finds like housing, clothes, therapy. Like my mom was in a relationship like that when I was in high school and like we utilized Hartley House and like it
Mhm.
was amazing. But like hopefully like if anybody listening is in those situation, like there are resources. Like you
Mhm.
just got to ask and look, I mean, and now we're living in such a digital world where like you can start like hustling on your own and like making your own side money, you know, like
Mhm.
if you like get a PayPal account, make another email,
Mhm.
start or, like putting money in there,
Yeah,
like
I
there's so
think
many
too,
ways.
which I don't know, this might be a hot take because I've never been a stay-at-home wife or a stay-at-home mom. But so it might be a completely hot take, but I think that if you're a stay-at-home wife or a stay-at-home mom, like I think that your husband should be giving you money to put into your own account
Oh,
that has only your name on it. It does not have his name on it. And it's not for groceries, it's not for any household needs, it's for you.
yeah.
And it doesn't, I'm not saying that it has to be an extravagant amount. I know times are tough, like budgets
Mm-hmm.
are tight, but I do very much think that like if your husband is a good man, I think that
Mm-hmm.
he wants you to have some independent funds.
So true. Yeah,
That's
no.
what I think. I believe that. I believe that.
Yeah.
Whether you're working or not, like just because you work, I mean, I don't if you want to have a joint account, cool. Have a joint account.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. But I do think every woman should have a bank account of her own that does
Yeah.
not have a man's name on it. That's
Agreed.
what I think.
Yeah.
Obviously I'm totally cool with men also doing that.
Yeah,
Have
of
a bank account
course.
that
Yeah.
doesn't have your wife's name on it. I don't care.
You know,
But women need to.
every person, like regardless of gender, needs autonomy, like adult
Yeah,
autonomy to
exactly.
like have your own money, like, and that's something that like, you know, even when I was like in between jobs, like Luke has always been like great about when he's like sends me money like randomly and be like, get whatever you need,
Hmm.
like, and
Yeah,
like I used to have such a problem with like asking like asking like, oh, like should I get this, and he'd be like, why are you asking me? Like, get whatever you
yeah,
want, get whatever you need. And I'm like,
yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm damaged.
This is something that
But
I've
like,
always is like saying with my clients, like if you are a woman or a man, I don't care if you're a woman or a man, whatever you are, and maybe you're in school full time trying to better yourself. Maybe you're taking care of the kids. Maybe
mhm.
you're at home taking care of the pets. Maybe you're chronically ill and you're at home taking care of yourself. I don't care which of those scenarios or combinations it is. Like you are indeed working.
Yeah,
Like if you're home caretaking any living being,
Hmm.
you are working.
Yeah, running a
You are
household
working.
is a literal job. It's a
Literally
job.
so much. And people and like just so many people don't see it that way. And they're just like, oh, well, I'm
Mm-mm.
not working right now. And I'm like, okay, well, what are you doing? And they'll be like, oh, well, I'm, you know, we've got one kid in school and one kid not in school yet. And, we've got three dogs. And I'm like, baby, hi, you're working. Hello,
Yeah.
all day. And
Hmm.
like literally all day and you never clock out.
Hmm.
Let's let that idea go. Let's
Yeah.
let's let that go that if you stay at home or if you're currently in school bettering yourself to try to get you and your significant other into a better situation,
Right.
that you're not working. Just because you're not getting cut a check
Hmm.
does not ever mean you're not working.
Yeah, we live in such a capitalistic society that it's like your value
And
is
that
determined by like clocking in, but it's like it's
and
not true.
some
It's
of
not
your
true.
most important, like some of your most important work is going to be unpaid, especially if
Yeah.
you're raising kids. Like that's the most important thing you're ever literally going to do.
Yeah. No, literally. And
There's
it sucks that
nothing
like as
more
soon as
important you
you
could be doing.
no, and as soon as you have your child, like everybody around you is asking you like, what are you gonna do next? Like not in regards to raising them, in regards to like getting them off to school and getting back to like self. And it's like that's crazy because you're telling me to be a mother, but like let school mother my child, like let everybody else mother my child but me. Like, no thanks. Like I
Mhm.
wanna like
Yeah.
if I wouldn't have spent as much time with my child, I wouldn't have been able to realize like his autism so early on. I wouldn't have been able to do an early screening. I wasn't able to get him, the treatment that he needed, like the IEP. Having an IEP at 2, 3 years old is like iconic. Like my brother didn't have like a proper diagnosis until he was in like fifth grade. Like just the
Yeah.
fact that like I could be present enough with my child to like figure out what was going on with the
Yeah.
swiftness.
Yeah.
And that's what being a mother is about. Like every every mother needs some time to
Time.
be a mother. Like need to
Yeah.
raise their kids, and but then it's like as soon as you become a parent, it's like, all right, get back to work.
Right. It's like
You know,
12
figure
weeks.
out
If you're
f-
lucky, it's
figure
12
out what you're
weeks.
gonna do. Like, what are
Right.
you gonna do now? It's like, oh, I can't just hang out with my baby. Like,
Or
okay.
like get to know them and they get to
Yeah.
know me and like, yeah, no, that's absolutely crazy. But I, if women, like, I want women to do whatever they want to do. So if they want to do career or if they want to be stay-at-home mom or if they want to do career and mom, or if
Right.
they want to be never mom, always aunt, or like, I don't care. I want all women to do exactly what they want to do.
Yeah.
But I do definitely wish there was more like recognition for how hard of a job it is to be a stay-at-home mom.
Literally. No, that's what all of my like work in my master's program so far has been about. Like I am doing this like stakeholder presentation and it's literally about how unequal it is from the jump. Like men can't even contribute the way that they want as fathers because the system is so set up to like immediately send men back to work, immediately
Mhm.
have the mother doing everything, taking away like her independence, taking away both parents' autonomy so quickly. It's crazy. It has to change. It has to change if we like, especially for like so many of the like MAGA conservatives are like, we need more babies. And it's like, okay, well, then the system has to change. If you want more babies, then you have to start taking care of mothers and fathers
It quite literally has to. So you want to hear my hot take about postpartum?
always.
My hot take on postpartum, as someone who's never had a child and never will, is this. Okay, so for the 9 months, the woman, is creating this child, this
Hmm.
life in her body, okay? And might be having all kinds of physical ailments and mental ailments from doing that,
Hmm.
right? And if she's someone who works, she's working at the same time. If she has other children, she's taking care of those children while growing the new one. So then you get like close to pregnancy or close to delivery and like you can't sleep. You're uncomfortable all of the time. Like it's
Hmm.
painful. There's like a lot that can go on there, right?
Yeah.
And then giving birth can be anywhere from like having to get induced or having an unplanned C-section or having a planned C-section. But like
Hmm.
regardless of whether you have a vaginal delivery or a C-section delivery, that's major, like a major thing that your body's
Yeah,
going
giving birth is
through.
like
Major.
crazy. It's like who you are before giving birth and who you are after giving birth. Not who you are pregnant and who you are after. No, it's birth.
Yeah, it's
Birth is
literally
like life
actually
changing.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
A person comes out of your vagina. Like what?
organs cut out of you and
Yeah.
all of your organs rearranged. Like all of your
Yeah.
organs like taken out and then
I
shoved back
made
in.
a person and a placenta, and both of them came out of me. And I just went about my day afterwards.
And then it's like the breastfeeding. It's so insane.
Yeah,
So my hot take is like mom does first 9 months, dad does second 9 months. Like I think from the moment that the baby
that's
comes
a good hot
out,
take.
and I do understand that there's difficult with logistics with this because of breastfeeding and pumping,
Yeah.
but so yeah. But if you're not breastfeeding and you're not pumping, let's just for sake of simplicity use somebody who is gonna formula feed.
Hmm.
Okay. Dad is on the next 9 months. Like he's
Oh
doing the
yeah.
nighttime feeds. He's doing everything
Hmm.
for the child. I mean, obviously you're gonna want to like bond with the child. Like you're their
Yeah.
mother and you're gonna want to like have an appropriate bonding with them. But I feel like, yeah, like you did the first 9, dad's gonna do the second 9. And that's the only way that I feel like it could ever be. It wouldn't even be fair then because he doesn't have to go through the physical
Hmm.
challenges of pregnancy and childbirth. So it's still not even fair. But
Yeah.
that's as close to fair as we could get.
Yeah, and it's necessary for their like bonding for like especially if you're not nursing, then like it should absolutely be dad. Like because women
All of
need
it.
so
You gotta go to
much
sleep,
rest.
girl. Girl, you gotta go
Yeah.
to sleep. Like
Hmm. You're so tired.
after you have
I,
that baby, I need you
mhm.
immediately sleeping.
I
Please.
got, I feel like truly like I could not have had a better postpartum. Like I got so lucky because like my mom was across the street. We were living in a multi-generational home with his mom. Like I literally spent the first like 4 months like on the couch being like catered to. Like I was on the mid-level. I had baby. Like I was like being fed. I was like I could like live my life like in the middle level of their house. And I just felt like I could not have asked for better like postpartum
Mhm.
care. And I had my appointments were in-house, so they came to me to do
Mhm.
like postnatal. I yeah, you deserve it. You like after growing a child, like you deserve to literally be treated like a princess, queen, angel. Like you deserve it. Like accept it,
Yeah.
take it. Like
Yeah. You need it. And
mm-mm.
if a man hears that idea and he like balks at it,
Then
mm-mm.
he should have a baby. Yeah, like
Trash.
like, sir, there is a chance that you have a baby, and if that labor doesn't go well, you're a single father. So
Mm.
you better want to have a baby just as much as your partner wants to have a baby. Because
Yes.
you never know. And if she doesn't have good postpartum care,
Yeah.
guess what? You could also be a single father.
Yeah.
If you want to not help her for her first year
Yeah.
of being a mother, you
Yeah.
might lose her. Like
Yeah.
men have to realize how serious
It
postpartum
is,
is.
it is, it is. But I mean, there's so many women so there's so many, I feel like there's a lot of people, men and women both, that would balk at that idea of like dad taking the next 9 and mom
Yeah.
sleeping all night and going about her day as usual.
That's what
But
Trisha Paytas gets. Trisha got it with all three babies.
exactly. It can be
Hmm.
like it can be done. But think about so let's just take for example a woman who has one toddler and one newborn. Okay.
Hmm.
She's up all night with the newborn, and then she has to be up all day with the toddler because I know what people are going to say. They're going to be like, "Oh, well, dad can't. Dad or it doesn't have to be dad. It could be wife. It could be whoever the woman
Yeah.
is with. I'm not trying to be like whatever, but
Hmm.
whoever the partner is of the woman who had the baby they're gonna be like, oh, well, they couldn't stay up all night with the baby and then go to work all day. Well, that's what you're asking women to do, though.
Yeah.
You are expecting it and nobody even acknowledging it and it just being like the norm. Like, oh, of course you're gonna be up all night with your baby and then you're gonna come work a 12-hour shift as a nurse and you're gonna pump breast milk while you're taking care of patients. Like,
Mm.
what? That
I
is
can't even.
insane. Like we should not be, women should not have to do that.
No. Mm-mm.
Shouldn't
They
have. If you
deserve.
want the birth rates up, let's do some things to get them up.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
what
America does not deserve to have high birth rates.
doesn't
No.
deserve it? Doesn't deserve it. But there are like it drives me crazy though because like there are ways. There are
Mhm.
very practical ways that we could get it up and all you would have to do is ask OBGYNs. What do women
Ask
need?
other countries. Like Europe has amazing postpartum care. Like Germany has in-home nurses,
Yeah,
um, insurance covered night nurses.
yeah. That's what we
Like,
need.
can you imagine an insurance covered night nurse for a stay-at-home mom?
That's what we
Oh my
need.
God.
Because
Like,
wherein does being deciding to become a mom or being a stay-at-home mom or whatever, wherein in that decision does it mean that you're okay with giving up sleep for years at a time? That's
yeah,
not what that means.
especially from a country that's begging people to be conservative and to have babies. So then treat me like it. Treat me like it's a job. Treat me like it's the most important thing to the country.
Yeah,
If it's
yeah,
not, then fuck off. Like what?
absolutely.
This
Absolutely.
oh
We're about to get cut off. Should we cut it off here or do you want
yeah. I
to?
mean, we
Okay.
can cut it off here. We talked a
Okay.
lot.
This is long.
We love you.
Women's rights.
Women's rights. We could
if
go on. We could do a whole fucking TED talk
yeah, if
of
this
this.
podcast doesn't tell you that we believe in women's rights, I don't know what would. Literally just yapping about what women need for
What
80
they
minutes at a
deserve,
time.
literally.
Could just keep just it it's not hard. Like it's really not hard.
No.
It's a
We're
choice.
asking for basic necessities at this point.
It's a choice. I know, but like whenever you present that as like I think that's what should be standard, I think that's what should be basic. People act like they're gonna lose their minds.
I know it's crazy.
And I'm like, but you let the partner of the person who had the baby, their life is disrupted for what, I don't know, maybe 4 weeks if they get paternity leave
Hmm.
or other parent leave, and then they get to go right back to their regular life.
Literally.
So why can't the mom go back to her how
Yeah.
she
Why
was
can't she have
functioning,
some semblance of normalcy?
to the way she was functioning before she got pregnant?
I agree.
Yeah, well, that's my hot take. That's as someone who has never done it and will never do it, that is my hot take.
Well, I have the same hot take as someone that has done it
That's
and
what
is
I think.
actively in it.
I think that women need. And guys, if you acted better and more interested and more involved, like I've seen like so many men like scared to death of like changing their kid's diaper.
Ew, that
Why?
is so
That's
ugly.
gross.
Grow up.
Do it.
No.
Get in
Honestly, I
there.
don't think I could have had a child with anyone other than a single father because like
You already knew
he,
what
he
was
just
up.
he just matched my vibes because I couldn't have handled any of that like having to teach him how to do anything. I would have been like, I'm getting the ick.
I gotta go. Okay, well, we gotta run. We're gonna get cut off of
Yes.
Zoom record, but this was
We love
great.
you guys.
This was
Yeah, make sure
great.
to like, share, comment, subscribe, and
Yeah.
hopefully we'll get back to a little bit more normal schedule,
Let
maybe.
us know what you think that the partners of birthing mothers should be doing for the first 9 months after birth.
Yes, if you made it to the end,
Let us know.
drop your comments below.
Bye.
Yeah.